As India has launched Operation Devi Shakti to bring Indians home back from the war-torn country of Afghanistan, an Indian Air Force flight carrying 24 Indians and 11 Nepalese evacuees from Kabul is on its way to Delhi. So far, over 600 people from Kabul have been evacuated. That covered the Indian citizens as well as the Afghan nationals, including Sikhs and Hindus of Afghanistan. Country's situation is worsening as people are in rush to leave Afghanistan after Taliban seized control on 15th of August. So this saving the lives scenario is underway. Ashish Singh joins us over the broadcast, the Strategic Affairs Editor for NewsX. Ashish, well, I would say it's again a good news and slowly but surely the Indians are being brought back home.
That's correct. And the numbers of the, I would say, the Indians stuck in Afghanistan is rapidly decreasing because of the multiple flights that are being operated and under the massive evacuation process that has been launched by the government, which has the two major elements and components is basically the defense and civil aviation in coordination with the PMO and the Ministry of External Affairs. Now, what's being done here is basically primarily the evacuation process is being done by the commercial flights or the passenger aircraft. Only as and when required, when the situation worsens, that's when we get the Indian Air Force plane, either a C-17 or a C-130J Hercules, to land in Kabul. And that happens in coordination with the American and the British forces who are kind of controlling the current Kabul airport scenario. So by and large, the commercial aircraft is being utilized, but that requires a lot of backtrack communication. Basically the track 2 or the channel 2 communication, where our agents on ground, where the government's coordination with the multiple fronts as far as Taliban is concerned, all come into effect, and only after a fine-tuned coordination and assurances, that's when the Indian civilians get the opportunity to come out. In addition to that, there's I would say, a new method that has been followed, which basically involves two other countries, for example, the Qatar and Tajikistan. So there are multiple countries who are involved where if the Indian gets opportunity to leave quickly from Afghanistan and go to Tajikistan or to Qatar, that's when they leave quickly. And from there, the commercial flights are utilized to quickly evacuate the Indian citizens from either Doha or Tajikistan. So that's how I would say a multi-angular approach has been adopted by the government, and there are multiple agencies and the ministries from defense to MEA to civil aviation, and obviously the intelligence agencies also have an extremely active role here to play.
There is an all-party meeting going on in New Delhi where the government is briefing the opposition members about its steps being taken. Now, do you see this as a multi-pronged strategy of the government as of now? On one hand, it is evacuating people from Afghanistan. On the other, obviously, not all is lost as far as the construction activity is considered in Afghanistan. And thirdly, keeping the opposition in good books. Do you believe that the government is basically checking all the boxes as of now here?
That's correct. Since the parliament session is not on, and we see a lot of uproar by the opposition parties, multiple tweets, multiple sound bites, and the issues are being raised. There have been few letters as well, which have been written to the government by the respective MLAs and the MPs for their respective constituencies and the concerns. So those being addressed by the government, ensuring that all the boxes are ticked. At the same time, it's important when you have a massive evacuation, I would say a longish one, which does not involve just like a one sortie or a 1 day or 2 days operation. It's something that has been on for almost a couple of weeks, and it will continue to remain at least till the end of this month. So at least a week more time is when we see this operation will continue. The numbers are decreasing rapidly. So the government felt the need to take the opposition members in confidence, as I mentioned, since the parliament session is not on.
Right, Ashish, and also now that we have seen the Air Force, Indian Air Force, evacuating the people from the affected areas of Afghanistan, are we expecting more of such flights to come in bits and pieces? And also, the number of evacuees at times varies from a 2-digit to a 3-digit. Is this the paperwork that is delaying it, or is there some sort of hindrance from the Afghanistan side?
Largely and primarily, I would say the on-ground situation, basically ensuring that the Indians get the clear road route. That's the main focus and the concern of the Indian government. The paperwork is, I would say, a minuscule domain, because that's something that can be taken care in terms of e-visas, or even if someone has a lost passport, it doesn't take much in the heightened and the most intense environment as we are witnessing in Afghanistan for the Indian government to quickly verify whether this passport or this person is Indian or not. So that's not a major issue, but the on-ground situation is an issue. Coming back to the earlier question that you asked, basically on the numbers or the flights, it will continue with the similar intensity at least for one more week, till 31st of August. That's the kind of rough deadline by Taliban for primarily US and for the other major countries as well. If you look at the Indians stuck there, if currently I would say the evacuees number is still in 4 digits. But I see that quickly coming down in 3 digits in a matter of, I would say, next 2 to 4 days. Once that happens, then obviously it will become a very targeted, specific evacuation operations, which will involve the Indians which are, I would say, unable to come to Kabul through any means, and they are in some other provinces, or they either have the employer issue, which have held their passports, or some Taliban-related issues. So those issues will have to be sorted out in a case-by-case manner in a specific targeted, I would say, coordinated operations. And when I mean operation, I mean purely in the diplomatic and the track 2 domain. Currently, there is no plan as far as the military domain operations are concerned. It's not going to be on the cards for the Indian government in any time near future. So obviously, it's going to be a most intense week, and that's exactly where we see the similar flights with the similar intensity would be operating. And once we have the numbers coming down in 3 digits, that's when the plan 2 or the next stage of the evacuation process will begin. Pankaj?
Right. Ashish, thank you so much. We are also joined by Jatin Goswami from the Hindon Air Base. Jatin, अगर आपको मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है तो क्या नज़ारा है वहाँ पर, और क्या अभी क्या वहाँ इंतज़ार चल रहा है प्लेन के आने का, या प्लेन का अराइवल हो चुका है?
देखिए, जो प्लेन है उसका अराइवल हो चुका है। हालांकि हम हिंडन एयरबेस के बाहर मौजूद हैं और यहाँ पर जो तमाम सुरक्षा व्यवस्था है रहती है वो आप जानते ही हैं, और कुछ देर में जो इवैक्यूएट करके लाए गए लोग हैं वो बाहर आएंगे, जिसमें आपको बता दें कि 24 भारतीय हैं और 11 जो हैं वो नेपाल के नागरिक हैं। ये पता चला है कि करीब 200 लोगों ने आग्रह किया था कि उन्हें भारत पहुंचना है, लेकिन दस्तावेजों को लेकर, जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं उनको लेकर उनको समस्या हुई, परेशानी हुई, जिसकी वजह से बहुत से लोग नहीं आ पाए हैं। लेकिन अभी जो 24 लोग पहुंचे हैं भारतीय हैं, और उसके अलावा 11, अगर उनमें काउंट टोटल कर दें तो 35 लोग हैं। जो 11 हैं वो नेपाल के नागरिक हैं। तो उनसे हम जाहिर है जानने की कोशिश ये भी करेंगे कि क्या कुछ उन्होंने वहाँ पर फेस किया, ये सब जानकारी ज़रूर लेंगे। जो फॉर्मेलिटीज़ हैं वो फिलहाल हिंडन एयर बेस के भीतर चल रही हैं। ये वायुसेना का हिंडन एयरफोर्स स्टेशन है, ये आपको बता दें साहिबाबाद में है, और यहाँ पर ये जो एयरक्राफ्ट है जो आज पहुँचा है, चौथी बार पहुँचा है। इससे पहले 3 बार C-17 ग्लोब मास्टर में जो वहाँ पर रह रहे लोग थे जिनको रेस्क्यू करना था, इवैक्यूएट करके उनको यहाँ लाया जा चुका है। RT-PCR की प्रक्रिया भी यहाँ पर होती है ताकि कोरोना टेस्ट जो है वो हो जाए, जिससे किसी तरह की कोई खतरे वाली बात ना रहे, और फिर जो उनको उनके डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुँचाने की व्यवस्था भी एयरफोर्स की तरफ से की जाती है। जी
जी, और जतिन, इस पूरे प्रकरण में अभी जिस आगे की क्या कार्रवाई होगी? क्या जब उन लोगों को यहाँ पर दिल्ली वो उतरेंगे उसके बाद क्या उन्हें एक तो मैंडेटरी कोरोना चेकिंग होती है, उसके बाद क्या सरकार की तरफ से भी कोई नुमाइंदा होता है जो उनसे ब्रीफिंग लेता है?
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स के लोग जो हैं वो उनसे बात करते हैं और ये जानकारी जो सूत्रों से है कि ये पूछा जाता है, जानकारी जुटाई जाती है कि आखिरकार वहाँ पर उन्होंने क्या कुछ फेस किया। लेकिन जब वो लोग आते हैं, जब हम उनसे बात करते हैं तो वो मीडिया से बात करते हुए भी अपनी आपबीती बताते हैं, वहाँ उन्होंने क्या फेस किया वो बताते हैं, किस तरह के वहाँ के हालात हैं वो वे लोग बताते हैं। और साथ ही साथ आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि कोरोना टेस्ट जो है वो होता है, RT-PCR होता है। ये बेहद इसलिए भी ज़रूरी है क्योंकि जिस तरह से कहीं तीसरी लहर का खतरा जो है उसको लेकर सब चिंतित हैं, तो वो ज़रूरी टेस्ट होता है, वो ज़रूर करवाया जाता है। उसके बाद ही हिंडन एयर बेस के भीतर से उन्हें बस में बाहर की तरफ लाया जाता है और फिर उनके डेस्टिनेशन तक उनको पहुंचाया जाता है। यहाँ पर भी उनसे जो संबंधित लोग हैं वो पहले एयरफोर्स के भीतर ही बात करते हैं, जानकारी भी तमाम जो है वो जुटाते हैं। जी।
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.